Pope Francis desires a church that is close to people, a church that presents a forgiving, a merciful, and loving God. And that has been the emphasis of his papacy, that we as priests, as the entire church, we should be more welcoming to people. For me as a priest, having been ordained in this year of mercy, that is the resolution that I made. My question is, what kind of priest do I want to be? I would like to be that kind of priest, a priest who brings people much more closer to God, who shares with them that understanding of a merciful, loving Father who is always ready to forgive, and whose grace always abides within us, and that grace is the one that always impels us to go towards Him and ask for His forgiveness always.
During the year of mercy, I was really inspired. I belong to a Catholic group that is Catholic Friends for Charity. This is a charity group, and we're so inspired by Pope's message that we should be so merciful, for the Lord is merciful. And the picture that was on the banner, this really inspired us. I'm going to continue to pray for everyone, going to continue to do charity works, and also to spread the gospel that we should always be there for each other, not only because we have, but because of what the Lord has given us. So the little that we have, let's share the little that we have and continue to help each other as Catholics and as the world.
The Year of Mercy for me has been a wonderful period of grace. Personally, I had so many opportunities to experience that by way of visiting the doors of mercy. I had the privilege of going to Rome, where I visited St. Peter's. I had the privilege of going to South Africa, where I also experienced the same thing. But locally here, I visited Shishawasha, after the cathedral, of course, a few times, with the faithful. So the experience of being with the faithful from St. Francis as well as Glenview has been a wonderful experience for me, encountering the mercy of God as through the reflections that we got. So the pilgrimage itself, which was highlighted really in this Year of Mercy, was a moment of grace for me.
You know, the Year of Mercy has been an eye-opener for me, and in a lot of sense, in that we take certain things for granted, that the gifts that God gives us, we just take it for granted. When we wake up in the morning, it's actually an act of mercy from God, because He's allowed you to see the day. But, you know, very few people take it, you know, in that sense. That's the deeper aspect of my reflection that has been, because I didn't want to take mercy as a bigger, you know, or something that is not, that has not always been there in my life. But on reflecting, they are the little things, the ordinary things in our lives that have, you know, have really been, that have really struck me and are quite extraordinary.
I've benefited a lot as a person, especially in this Year of Mercy that we have been celebrating from 8 December up to today, where we're celebrating the closure. As an artist, as a musician, the profession that I do, it has really inspired me. Like on my previous album, my latest album, I did a song on God's mercy, that whether you are a Christian, whether you're not a Christian, whether you're a Catholic or you're not a Catholic, we all need God's mercy. In everything that we do, at the end of the day, we all need the mercy of God.
I realized that it was very important to be very generous enough to accept help as well from others. Because I realized that in the concept of mercy, people also need to feel that they are needed. That was one thing, one extraordinary thing that really touched me. We cannot divide the mercy of the Father from the love of the Father. The two, they are there together. So by being merciful, we are just extending love to all humanity, especially to those marginalized, those who don't have the chance, those who they don't feel part of this whole oneness, one world.
Mugore redzidzi takadzidza kuregererana zvatinenge tatadzirana kwete kuitirana hasha. Pagore redzidzi takadzidza kuregererana nekunzwirana tsitsi patinenge tatadzirana.